Welcome to the rabbit hole. Today we're going to ask Quantum White Rabbit what he thinks of Dodge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what secret carrot he's got in his hole. Let's welcome him. Hello, Quantum Rabbit. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. How are you today?
No, excellent. It's summer in Africa and it is extremely hot.
I love it. It's decent weather over here overall. The overall climate here in the U.S. is a little bit different than what the weather is representing outside where I'm at here in California. A lot of doom and gloom out there for no reason with that whole XRP nonsense. It's fun though.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's really doom or gloom, but we'll see soon.
I'm just glad that we will finally be getting some sort of clarity. That's going to be extremely beneficial for the entire crypto space going forward. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, yeah, no, me too. I don't pay much attention to legal jargon and all that stuff, but when it starts ripping your pocket like this, then you need to know.
At least pay a little bit of attention.
Yeah, then you must know a little bit more, especially when the SEC is involved. It seems to be serious.
Absolutely. So I saw earlier today, and just for fun, I figured that I would match. I saw earlier today that you had posted a Doge chart. Yeah, so I have a Doge chart that I ended up throwing together for us, and just playing around with this. I know that people look at it as like the ultimate meme coin, but you get something that charts as well as this. It's kind of hard to knock it.
Yeah, it's rather flat to look at, but yeah, I see. You charted it against the dollar. I charted it against Bitcoin.
Ooh, even better. I think I have one of those over here. I don't know if it's a finished chart. This is one of my older ones. But even here, we're still on one of my bottom 0.5 lines, like I always talk about. We're headed into my infamous flux zone. We should be looking for some fireworks soon.
Okay. Yeah. So it is. So it's drawing towards that flux zone, or will it be bouncing there?
So it's going to be headed towards it. As far as any sort of momentum indication from this area over here, we're going to be looking for when the candles close. You're going to be looking for violent movements. Because we are as low and the market cap on this coin is as low as it is, and there's infinite supply of it, more than likely we're going to end up pushing up at this level. It probably won't be very substantial, but we're also, and I say we because I have a couple of things going on in the background, have some confluence for looking for a local top probably around January 8th-ish in the market. So seeing something with a flux zone that comes around that same time frame right here, it's just more confluence to add to the puzzle.
Okay, so you think it's a good time to accumulate a bit of Dodge, and then yeah, probably middle January you'll start reaping the results.
Yeah, more than likely that's actually kind of what I'm having my play based off of. I never usually have any Doge in my personal holdings unless I see opportunities like this popping up, and it's fun for a nice little swing and just to play. And I love getting that look like you hold Doge. Yes, I do. I love getting that look. It's fun.
Okay, no, it's actually a very good coin to have when the dollar is weak and when Bitcoin dumps. So it's actually then like
It's funny.
a
It's
hedge
almost a
coin, you
security.
know. I call it my hedge coin, or that's what Captain Blackbeard calls it. He calls it a hedging, you know. So
I love that philosophy behind it. Yeah, that's perfect. It's pretty much going to be your stable coin at a dump.
it's your stable coin when the dollar is bad and Bitcoin is bad.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so it's cheap at the moment. It's 16 sats as far as I saw, and I saw whenever it pulls back to 15 or 16 historically, and that's what I could show in my chart. You know, or what I try to show in my chart is whenever it pulled back to as far as 15, it's not long, maybe a month or so, then it would pop to 90. So I try to be very conservative with looking at when it will reach 90, looking at the same period of the year and again angles and so forth. So I don't think it will be later than May next year that we will see a 90 sat Dodge. So that's something to look forward to.
Oh, definitely. And that's the cool thing too, because the price of that coin is so low and you can accumulate so much at once. When you have those gigantic fluctuations in price, you can really reap some decent rewards from it as well. So it just depends on how you play it. Never go all in, but you can have fun with it.
Yeah, it's so low now. I don't think it would harm anybody to keep some. I don't think it will go. Historically, it hasn't gone much under 15 sats anyway.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more on that aspect, especially just because of the popularity of it overall. It's been proven to show to have staying power.
Yeah,
So with having staying
Elon
power
can just
and our
tweet, then it's
right?
suddenly double.
I say that man is one of the greatest things to ever happen to the crypto market. I tell you right now.
Yeah, he can just tweet and then Dodge is double the price. He doesn't even have to write the whole word. He can just tweet a D and it will go off as a Dodge price.
Absolutely, I love it. That's great.
Yeah. So what's up with Bitcoin? Are we gonna break
Ooh, yes, we are
through
gonna
to
definitely play with some
30K,
Bitcoin.
or are we gonna stay where we are? What's up with you?
So, as far as what I'm seeing on here, and I've been playing around with some lower time frames with some of the other methodology that I had gone through with you guys last time, and I am actually seeing, and I called for this projection up here last night before I went to bed. I am calling for 24,000 before 30,000. And just because of the over exuberance of the market, and then we do have uncertainty in other areas of the market, it makes for an unstable climate. So the fact that we have been range bound, for as long as we have, here we are, we're going within that 24,000 range bound. We're looking at about a week pretty much of price action. With having that range bound action, it's almost literally showing us a double top right now. It's throwing out some red flags. It's definitely throwing out some red flags.
In my opinion, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, it kind of just breaks the 28K and then it stays there, but it doesn't stay there much more than 4 hours or something, and then it plunges below that, but not too hard. And it happened twice now, so I feel if it happens a third time and it doesn't really gain above 28K support, then we're gonna fall a bit deeper.
That's kind of the same consensus that I'm having right now, because based off of what we're looking at here, let's just go from conventional TA kind of standard. And we have a horizontal line up here. We have this as one of our tops. This is pretty much another top that ended up getting rejected. And we're currently retesting that right now. So we're at the top of our double top right now. After we do this next retracement, we're going to attempt this next push up, which would probably be around this area. If this area ends up getting rejected, then that 24 level, that's definitely looking extremely realistic.
Okay, so 24K for you is what you're thinking of. My thinking is, though, we're not going to have it today. I think tomorrow, with the planets being nicely aligned for the Bitcoin birthday, I think we're going to have some excitement happening. And then probably it will be peaking by New Year's, everybody being happy that we finally rid of 2020 and everything that says. So the spirits will be kind of lifted, but because everybody is still in lockdown, you would probably sit trading Bitcoin at that hour and not be in a party house somewhere. And yeah, so people will be having some fun trading still on the 1st of January. And yeah, after that, I see that people will normalize back to, uh, not finding higher highs and probably the dump then.
Yeah, definitely. I'm right on board with that. The first week of January, regardless if we stay range bound where we are right now or not, the first week of January is where I'm seeing my local top come in, and that's where I'm going to be expecting that pullback.
Yeah, the other date I'm looking for is the 4th of January, which is 2 weeks after a big solar event, like the 21st of December. We had a big solar event with Jupiter and Saturn and the Saltese. So I think we really gonna have something happening around the 4th of January as well. So important dates for me are tomorrow, the 1st, obviously, and then the 4th to look out for.
Well, and ironically, just for your confluence, we go back on that 15-minute chart. This is going to be amazing because this is going to give everything you said that much more validation. So tomorrow we have this test area at the 31st. So we'll be playing around in these test zones here. So depending on candle closes in this area, will dictate that momentum. So we have that test area. And then coming up on the 5th, let's go to the 30 minutes so you can actually see the date. That's the end of my fan box.
Oh,
So
okay.
both dates that you've given me are more confluence based off of what I'm seeing as far as the cycle and analysis within the chart.
Okay. So, but I'm still optimistic that tomorrow we might see large numbers, and I wouldn't say we'll reach 37K, but I mean, I still think of 37K being my new all-time high in my head. You know, whether it's going to be now or a bit later in the course of January till March, I don't know, but I still think it's possible to happen. I think around mid-February probably, but yeah, that's what I see. But then going beyond March next year, I see bigger numbers than that.
Next year is going to be explosive, but I will have to, unfortunately, rain on the parade a little bit. That I'm actually thinking that we're pretty much going to be almost topped out for the year. And then for the first few weeks into January, we'll probably stay around, the lower to mid 20,000 range.
Yeah.
And then we should start seeing some nice explosive fireworks, around mid February, early March.
Okay, so you also agree with mid-February dates that I've seen?
Absolutely,
Hmm.
100%, especially with everything else that's going on with the other charts that have the confluence, such as the dollar index. I have the VIX that's charted, Dow Jones and SPX. It's all lining up, and they're all showing me that those are going to be huge pivot dates in all those markets.
Okay. No, that's kind of interesting. Okay. And then yeah, the one coin that is kind of exciting yet not kind of performing as I hoped for is Ethereum, but it's doing excellent to be honest. But yeah, I was thinking by now we would have hit around 800 already, but I assume maybe if Bitcoin dumps say early January, we could see some spike in Ethereum early in January.
I can almost assure that Ethereum is going to surprise a lot of people in the very near future, especially when we have that retracement on Bitcoin. People are going to be looking for the smart contracts. One of the things that Ethereum 2.0 has going was the staking aspect, because then it's not as much of a burden as far as the actual mining aspect is concerned. But it saves a lot of energy, and it also saves the face as a company, so people are more inclined to want to invest in that sort of tech. So I do see Ethereum having a substantial growth here in the near future. As far as immediate resistances, 790 is going to be one that I'm looking at. And once we close and fold above 790, and then from there, we're going to be looking at the upper 800s.
Yeah, I actually charted it to 930 somewhere there. So yeah, that's just me. I'm over optimistic.
That's cool because actually on this the top of this channel here, I'm looking at about 930, and when it tests into that channel between these scan lines, it's going to want to test this upper range. If it gets rejected here, your 950 is actually looking pretty darn accurate.
I actually have 930 on my chart, but yeah, I will also post it on this video just now, but and share it with you. But yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, we're having more and more confluence. It seems like the more of these that we're going to end up doing, the more confluence we're going to end up seeing and the dates lining up. I'm really happy about that. That's really cool.
Okay, and what's your secret coin for the year coming up?
My secret coin, and I am not going to be changing my story probably anytime soon. I'm still sticking with XRP. I'm going to go with the one that's left out in the doghouse right now. The one that's out in the doghouse is going to be the one to shock the world, and I cannot wait for that day to happen.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. It sounds pretty fantastic, Rabbit. But yeah, it was so nice to talk to you again, and yeah, we should do it more often and soon.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. It was great talking to you again, and look forward to the next one.
Yeah? Okay, keep well, keep well.